Yashodanandana Prajajana Nandana Yashodanandana Prajajana Jamuna Dhira Jamuna Dhira Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Jai Prabhupada, 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 Srila Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Jayam Vishnupat Paramahamsa, Pariva Jagacharya, Stosimani, Divine Grace, ISKCON, Jesi Bhakti Vedanta, Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki, Jayam Vishnupat Paramahamsa, Pariva Jagacharya, Stotra Sata Sri Srimati, Divine Grace, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki Jai. अनंत गुरु वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपाल गोपीनाथ श्याम कुमार कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय। मथुरा धाम की जय। नवद्वीप मायपुर धाम की जय। जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की जय। जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा देवी सुदर्शन चक्र की जय। यमुना माई की जय। गंजेश माई की जय। तुलसी देवी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। समवेत भक्त वृंद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंद। All glories assemble devotees. All glories assemble devotees. All glories assemble devotees. Ula Sri Guru Sri Gauranga, Namo Shri Padya Krishna Prita Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devyam Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nastaprai Sabadrisu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Tamasnuki Bhakti Bhavati Naistiki Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavati Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shakaya Chakshurmandaryam Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sabhisanjaya Bhutale Yam Haka Vandeham Sri Gurun Sri Uttamadakamanam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sakajatam Aganam Sadvitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganu Valita Sri Vishakam Vitam Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namaste Sapsakanta Adhe Vrindavaneshwari Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavabhyo Namo Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadara Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Hare Krishna Bhagavatam Canto 7 Chapter 11 The Perfect Society for Social Classes. We are still on Text 9, the last part. Monam Vimarasanam. That is the item for today. Monam Atma Vimarasanam. So Prabhupada translated it in this way. Monam, being grave and silent. Atma, into the self. Vimarasanam, research as to whether one is the body or the soul. Vimarasanam. So, Monam, Atma, Vimarasanam. Silent and being grave. And check whether one is the body or the soul. That is where we are today. Yes, it's our language that we are not the body. It's not? We are not the body. Only in philosophy. Only philosophy. Remaining silent and grave. Rupa Goswami begins his summary guide to devotional service with an instruction to control the urges of the tongue. Vacho Vegam, Manasa Kroda Vegam, Jiva Vegam, Udaropashta Vegam, Etan Vegam, Yovisahita Dhira, Sarvam Apimam Pridivim Sa Sisyat. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world. He is a Jagat Guru. Jagat Guru. Jagat Guru. Yes, one is considered the spiritual master of the whole world, who can control the urge to speak, the demands of the minds, the demands of the minds, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals. There are 6 items, right? 6. This verse shows the connection between the 3 urges of speech, thought, and body. Speech being first in the sequence means that controlling the urge to speak is essential to control the complete control, self-control. The urges of speech, the body, and the thought. Speech is first. That means that if you control the urge to speak, you will also have ability to control the self. Speech. Very, very important. Because what we say matters a lot. The words, the alphabet which we're using, they are pure. Is it not? The alphabet they are pure. Is it not? Anything wrong with A? Nothing is wrong with it. Right? But a person who does not have control over the speech will make this alphabet dangerous. Is it true? For one who does not know how to use the word, have no control over the tongue, we join the alphabet together, it becomes a word, then it becomes a sentence. That is done by an individual person. So the word which we use and the sentence or sentences which we use shows what kind of a person we are, what is there in the mind. And it becomes palatable or destructive. See that? The word itself, they are no problem. Or the alphabet itself, they have no problem. They became problem when we joined them together, according to the nature of our mind. So to control the speech is very important. The sentences or the words become very auspicious. That's important. Since Varnashram is for the self-control, it can be said that a symptom of Varnashram is the subject matter that its members do or do not speak about. Such controlled speech is called Mauna. Mauna means controlled speech. Our words have been properly joined and making a proper sentence. That is why Prabhupada said that one is considered Moni if one is speaking all day about Krishna and you can speak for lifetime, you are considered to be silent. Silent. How our words are formed, and it is from this the word Uttama Sloka comes. Uttama Sloka. That is come from this. That our words should be selected in talking about Krishna. We are talking about Krishna. Our words are selected at this morning. Choosing words. We select what to say that will purify the environment, will purify the consciousness, the listeners. Our words should be so pure that it will purify those who hear us. So we go to sadhus because the words are selected. The words are selected. They are not just said because we have tongue. They are said for a particular purpose. There are different meanings and applications for being silent, which as well we shall see, is also a feature and indication of gravity. Yes, one who is a perfect Mohim is grave. Is grave. Grave does not mean to be frowning and becoming tense. That is not gravity. Tension is not gravity. that is a different thing. Generally, people understand the vow of mourner to be avoiding all talk, but it is not possible. That is suitable for those who have nothing sensible to speak about. However, the essence of mourner is control of speech, and for devotees, that means avoiding frivolous talk or gossip and speaking only about Krishna. That is the perfection of remaining silent. One who speaks only about Krishna is practicing silence. It's a silent person. It's a silent person. And such a person is said to be grave. That is gravity. The effect of such silence is that others cannot readily know what is on one's mind. That is gravity. People will not know what is in the mind. Because people who speak few words, if you watch very carefully, those who speak few words, the words are like bomb blast. Why? There is potency in silence. That's why people practice it. There is potency in not speaking frivolously. Speaking with the selective word. One is thoughtful in what we do. Our speech are also thoughtfully presented. Thoughtfully presented. Yes. The effect of such silence is that others cannot readily know what is on one's mind. And that is the definition of gravity. Thus, a silent person is also grave. And the two qualities are consequently inseparable. Gravity and silence are together. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 4th canto, Prithu Maharaj is described as you don't know when he comes in, you don't know when he goes out, you don't know what he's going to do next. That is gravity. The citizen doesn't know what he's going to do next, but because He does not sit down and speak carelessly. He doesn't speak carelessly. It's like Avikanapur Swami said, people who loose talkers. Loose talkers, they tell lies and make people to believe that what they're saying is true. And one will not know what we have said before this one. You forget the lie you told before. Silence and gravity, they are inseparable. Silence is also a potency of Krishna, and in addition to it contributing to the austerity of speech, it is a key to secrecy. The Lord says, Monam chaibas me, guhyanam. Of sacred things I am silent. That is Bhagavad Gita, chapter 10. Of sacred things I am silence. Therefore, they say very high quality, very high quality. Silence, gravity. While controlling the urge to speak is a duty of all humans, along with studying the Vedas, it is an activity that must be further cultivated by brahmacharis. The sannyasis staff of renunciation also represent mourner. Renunciates are considered fallen if they cannot command such control. Additionally, because both speech and taste are dependent on the tongue, they are interrelated. Devotees must therefore control their speaking habit in order to control their eating habit, and subsequently the other connected senses. If you want to control, if you want to control our tastes, if you control our speech. Because it is related to the tongue. The taste and speech related to the tongue. Without the tongue, you can't speak. The tongue is there. Yes, remove the tongue, you cannot say it. Nobody will hear you. The tongue produces a sound which you can hear. Yes. Devotees must therefore control their speaking habit in order to control their eating habit, and subsequently the other connected senses. If our speech is controlled, our eating is controlled, other things like belly genitals also be controlled. So the tongue, the belly and genital, they are in the straight line. They are connected, right? Other senses are different. The eyes are different, but the speech, the stomach, and the genital, they are the straight line. So if you want to control the belly and the genitals, you control the tongue and speech, beginning from the speech. How we speak has a lot to do with what is in the mind, what is our state of consciousness, what is there in our life. As with celibacy, silence is often referred to as a vow, and devotees feel further empowered in controlling the urge to speak by accepting a self-composed vow. There is no secret what such a vow would entail. Speaking only of things related to Krishna, if not always directly, then at least indirectly. We must practice This is the practice of mystic yogis who know that without adhering to such a vow, they will never control their minds or senses. Even ordinary people who have only a shadow of sobriety and are unwilling to advertise their minds and lives to the world know that silence is the only way. Silence is the way. Very important for devotees to speak or to practice silence. Very important. First of all, it will help us to control the tongue, which Bhakti not correct, considered to be veracious. The tongue is veracious. Therefore, the tongue should be engaged in speaking about Krishna, chanting Krishna's holy name, glorifying Krishna, speaking about the wonderful activities and his qualities, and taking prasada. Only prasada. Only prasada. And prasad, what is prasad? Prasad means what?
Food offered to Krishna first.
Food?
Offered to Krishna. No, Krishna's first.
Don't worry. What I call it, don't worry. Don't think that I'm going to be what I call it. The first one is better. A food which is first offered to Krishna, and Krishna has eaten. The remnant is called prasadam, Lord's mercy. Not the food that does not have meat, fish, or eggs. That is not prasadam. You are a vegetarian doesn't mean you are a God conscious person. We have so many animals who are vegetarians. Goat is a vegetarian. Is it not? Cow is a vegetarian. They're going back to Godhead because they're vegetarian. So we are not vegetarians. We are Krishna Bhaktas who take Krishna's remnant. Therefore, the food must be offered to Krishna, then we are qualified to take. Not even that, we have to check what is the consciousness of the cook. So Krishna was invited for a feast in Dhira. Krishna didn't go there. When Dhira asked him, why didn't you come? He said, where is the food? There's no food here, it's only hatred. What I'm saying is hatred, not food. Okay, you see rice, but this is not rice, it is hatred, rice hatred. How do you call it? Hatred rice or rice hatred? Which one is good? Which one?
Hatred rice.
Hatred rice. Thank you. Hatred rice. Not rice prasada. It is hatred rice. Hatred chapati. Hatred sabji. So Krishna said, I cannot eat it. That's why they didn't come. It looked beautiful. Our experience in cooking is there. That is not enough. When we are very experienced in cooking, I cook very nicely. And I want to do it like that. See, very good in cooking, but when I taste it, I always feel, what is missing here? What is missing? And then what it was missing that she was not chanting. She was not chanting, but she knows how to cook very nice. It's a devotee. The food are offered to Krishna. I have been saying, and I continue to say, if you offer a food in mode of passion to Krishna, the remnant will be goodness.
No good.
Huh?
No good.
To be passionate, prasada. Let us understand these things very carefully. We are talking about controlling the senses, controlling the mind, right?
Yes.
We have come to Krishna consciousness to learn how to control
The mind.
the mind, the senses. It should be controlled. And yesterday we mentioned, Srila Prabhupada said, all ISKCON devotees should become Goswamis. All. This is an assignment. A member of the ISKCON movement, the founder said, we are here to become Goswamis. If that is not our goal, then we have missed the road. And that you see through our experiences in Krishna consciousness. Why someone is chanting Hare Krishna, is doing all the necessary things to be done in a moment, is still envious? Why? Why is that? Why?
Maybe he's not following sincerely.
The goal is not Krishna consciousness. Therefore, we are not applying ourselves strictly to the process. So all the unnecessary things which should be taken away in our lives are remaining there because we still like them. Otherwise, why should one still remain envious, still remain the same after so many years? Why? Why one is still a blasphemer? One is still a chronic gossiper, chronic blasphemer? Why? Chanting Hare Krishna mantra for many years, you are still chronic blasphemers, chronic gossipers, chronic criticizers, envious. Because we don't know the goal. We don't know the goal. Therefore, we're not applying ourselves appropriately. Right? If you fall inside the water, you'll be clean. Just because you fall in the water, you'll be clean. You'll be wet, but you'll not be clean. You know? When we clean, only if we apply force with the soap, then we clean. Go deep inside the water and come out, you'll not be clean. I'm wet. Yes, if you're wet, but you're not clean. The dirt is still there. Similarly, one cannot just be in a devotional environment and think that we have become pure devotee now. No, pure devotee means to be free from all these things. Our senses are fully controlled. We should look at each other with a sweet heart. We should look at each other's faces with sweet heart. That is advancement. So this begins from controlling the senses. Therefore, the ceremony has explained everything, all these things, details. Yes. Is it not? As with celibacy, silence is often referred to as a vow, and devotees feel further empowered in controlling the urge to speak by accepting a self-imposed, self-composed vow. There is no secret what such a vow will entail. Speaking only of things related to Krishna. If not always directly, then at least indirectly. This is the practice of mystic yogis who know that without adhering to such a vow, they will never control their minds or senses. Even ordinary people who have only a shadow of sobriety and are unwilling to advertise their minds and lives to the world know that silence is the only way. Such conduct gains respect in society. What to speak of among devotees. People who speak less are highly respected. No, you just talk. They are always they are talking. There's no potency. There's no potency. There's no potency, no contemplation. You're just talking. No contemplation. Contemplation it requires gravity. Gravity we're talking means silence. One is silent, communicating, we're introspecting. It is introspection. One is looking inside, thinking deeply what to do and how to do it. For while a talker may be temporarily entertained, he or she is never taken seriously by either the cultured or the mature. Is it not? Responsible person doesn't respect those who talk always, because you're going to talk nonsense. Silence does garners respect, bestows desired benedictions, and makes one steadfast in the battle of conquering the sex urge through restricted eating habit. What is the benefit of silence? Huh? Respect. Silence does garners respect, bestows desired benedictions, and makes one steadfast in the battle of conquering the sex urge through restricted eating habit. To resist the demands of speech is certainly an austerity. Not to just talk. It's an austerity. How to control the tongue is an austerity. Right? For some of us, as soon as you see something, you see somebody want to talk. No control. You want to talk. Yes. Indeed, the best form of speech is Sankirtan, talking about Krishna or chanting his names. That form of speech not only liberates one but purifies the heart and makes one addicted to further Sankirtan. When Raghunath Das Goswami asked Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu for instructions on sannyas, the Lord answers was brief. Gramya Katana Sunibe, Gramya Bharatana Kahibe, Balana Kaibe Ar Balana Paribe, Amani Manadahana Krishna Nama Sadalabe, Braje Radha Krishna Eva Manise Karibe. How many instructions? How many?
That's 6.
That is one. That is Raghunath Das Goswami. Raghunath Das Goswami's one is 4. Yeah? 4. 1. Do not talk like people in general or hear what they say. Don't talk like people in general or hear their nonsense talks. You should not eat very palatable food. You should not eat very palatable food. You should eat frugally. Nor should you dress very nicely. You should not dress very nicely. Do not expect honor, but offer all respect to others. Always chant the holy name of Lord Krishna and within their mind, render service to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. This instruction given in Jagannath Puri, not in Vrindavan. Why is so important? Why is it so important? It's so important because Jagannath Puri is Anakshetra. Anna
Chitra.
Tetra. Sir?
The land of food.
It is eating place.
Okay.
That's eating place. Not austerity place. This is eating place. But here, austerity was given in the place for eating. Jagannath is the place for eating, not for austerity. But here, Chitambo gave instruction for austerity. Do not talk like people in general or hear the nonsensical thing they talk. Don't. We should not only should not hear, we should not talk, but we should not also hear. Is it not?
Yes,
We should not eat very palatable food, nor should you dress very nicely. Do not expect honor, but offer all respects to others. Always chant the holy name of Lord Krishna, and within your mind, render service to Radha and Krishna in Vrindavan. In other words, you should live in Vrindavan. You should live in Vrindavan. That is the instruction. The bulk of these instructions relate to the control of speech. Is it not? What speech? What to say and what not to say. That is speech. It begins by exercising caution in hearing. Village talk. That is Gramya Kata. Village talk. Gramya Kata. Village nonsensical talk. To be concise. What means gossip? That means gossip. We should not gossip. I mentioned many times, His Holiness Bhakti Maharaj said, gossip does two things. It has two side effects, gossip. One is, I said many times,
the person will not be trustworthy.
gossip has two side effects. When one becomes spiritually depleted, like you have a flat tire, we have a flat spiritual flat tire, there's no air in the tire. How can you run? And because you have flat tire, there's no movement. That means that our sex desire will increase. Yes, two things there for those who gossip. Lusty desire will increase, it will multiply. You will be tormented by lusty desires, tormentation. So we should control our speech. It has many side effects. Yes. To be, no gossip. In today's world, it translates to debating sport, politics and weather, and hearing and watching radio, internet, television and movies. They are all related to Gramya Kata. Debating. Either it is spiritual. Yes. Debate. What fuel debating is false ego, not bhakti. I want to defeat you. I'm superior to you. I'm better than you. I want to show that I know better than you. That is the purpose of debating. I want to win. Sport. Many devotees knows all the sport heroes in the world. But if you ask, what is the first place in Aggregator? Hallelujah. Okay? We know all this. All the sportmen, politicians, right? Politics. I have one friend, I don't like to go to his place. When they invite me to the house, I don't like to go there because he never asks me spiritual questions. From him, I know what is happening in America, what is happening, who is the next president, what is the president. I never know these things, but from him, I will certainly be hearing
It's a election. I don't know election is going in America, but from here I got to know this election, this person winning, this one is. I was wondering, devotee. How do you get all these things? Huh?
He's a newspaper.
Yes, it's very addicted. When you take Bhavatan, you know, but when you take magazine, yes, yes. But when you Bhavatan, you fall from his hand. So you're going to Godhead. No, so we should know these things. Controlling the speech, not just keeping quiet. There are so many things, and the benefit. You are looking at the benefit. Is it not? Internet. Many people. That's where we are really attacking the devotees who are. We are attacking devotees or what? No, we are attacking our cell phone, because we know that this is making devotees japa to be fasting. That's what we talk about it. Television and movies. Some people, they do their job. Do you not? Do you not? They do their job with television. They're watching television. Oh, football. Yeah, cricket. Yes. Yes, football, cricket. All these things are there. Very, very dangerous. Very dangerous. The bead is, our chanting bead is fasting, hanging there. Because of internet, television, movies, radio, watching radio, hearing all great heroes of the world, politicians, all the politicians around the world, what they are doing. All these things are detrimental to our progress in Krishna. Sense control will not be possible if these things are not avoided. Yes. Sharing the content of these aforementioned items is the electronic form of worship. Electronic worship. You know? Very dangerous. But if one's heart is free of such mundane habits and subjects, it will be very easy to control one's speaking habits and to keep the tongue from gaining a vantage point. Devotees should remain moderate in their eating habit. But most importantly, our minds should be absorbed in thought of Krishna, in preaching and in service. Additionally, our tongue should be constantly vibrating the Lord's holy names. These are the essential practices by which devotees can gain mastery over our tongue. So the Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati also adds reading mundane literature and philosophy to the list of things from which devotees should keep distant. Excessive education also falls in the same category. Excessive is also worship. For it robs one of a short life in which Krishna Katha is the only path to sanity. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Jada Vidya Jata Mayara Vaibhava Tomara Bhajani Bada Moha Janamiya Anitya Samsare Jivake Koraye Gada. O Krishna, all the so-called knowledge of this world is born of the flickering potency of illusory energy, Maya. It is an impediment to the execution of devotional service to you. Indulgence in mundane knowledge verily makes an ass of the eternal soul by encouraging his infatuation with this temporary world. Indulgence in mundane knowledge verily makes an ass of the eternal soul. By encouraging his infatuation with this temporary world. When cultivated, remaining silent and grave helps control sex desire. By contrast, excessive irreligious sexual activity devastates devotee's ability to remain silent and grave, as it does to the clean and merciful. In conclusion, the health of a Varnashram society will be seen by the content of each member's communication. Speaking Krishna Katha will be an indication of a thriving swan-like society, an uncontrolled speech of a cross vulture. That is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. In conclusion, the health of a Varnashram society will be seen by the content of each member's communication. Speaking Krishna Katha will be an indication of a thriving swan-like society, an uncontrolled speech of a cross vulture. That is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam. Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by saintly persons to be like unto a place of pilgrimage for crows. Since the all perfect persons are inhabitants to the eternal abode, they do not derive any pleasure there. That is Srimad Bhagavatam. Canto 1, chapter 5, text 10. Text 10. And it is here in this purport. The purport said the whole world is suffering because Indians failed in their duty of spreading Krishna consciousness. You are responsible for our suffering. Stand up and do something. There is Krishna consciousness all over the world. Let our eyes open by the message of Krishna consciousness. And that's how it saved our life. Para upaka is the duty of Indians. Hare Krishna. Para upaka. Do good for others. We should do good for others. That is para upaka. Comment. Question?
It's still very unclear to me how controlling speech is able to control your eating.
You should practice it first, then you'll see. If you don't do it, you don't see the result. They said the taste of pudding is in eating. So you should start controlling the speech and then you see how it works, how you control it. Because, you see, we mentioned they are in the same place, the tongue.
1.5.10.
I just quote it to help you so you can memorize it. Please practice it. Let's all put into practice. We have looked at the merit and the demerit. So now we look at it carefully. Alright?
Yes,
Maybe in other book it is not like that if you only eat Krishna Prasad, so then your speech will also be controlled and your genitals will also be controlled.
Yes. But if you're eating heavy spicy food, how will the genital be controlled? How will the mind be controlled? Heavy spicy food. And they're eating once for 11 o'clock in the night. These are jokes. You understand? It's processing, but look, the quality. Look at the time also we're eating. control. You see, all these wonderful qualities, they are all interrelated. Or they are all related. You cannot separate one. If you talk about determination, you talk about patience, you talk about confidence. They are related. So. Perseverance, tolerance, patience, all related. Alright? Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki Srimad Bhagavatam ki